We got another one from the arena. Shedeur Sanders already benched Seth off the arena. I already know it's going to be some interesting takes here.
Shedeur is QB3 for the Browns. Does anybody here think he should be QB1 this week starting? Anybody? Skip?
I'll go.
I'm a Shedeur supporter, and I'm going to say, you know what I'm saying? We just got to be realistic. It is what it is. It ain't, let me let them speak.
I definitely think he should start this weekend because if he did, that team would be electrified by him. Because Njoku and Judy showed you through training camp, they love this kid because he's special. He got raised by the athlete I think was the greatest athlete in the history of sports. It's in his bloodlines. He was raised around stars to be a star in the National Football League. I said, again, a first guess, before last college football season, he should be the first overall pick. My friend Mel Kiper, who's been doing this for a long time, had him.
I think with the circumstances, like with the situation that it is, he was drafted in the 5th round. Nah, he shouldn't start. Like that, like should he based off of talent? I mean, we can argue that. Like if we would have argued this preseason, I would have said yeah. But Dillon Gabriel played well enough in the preseason for him to keep his spot. You know, like Shedeur didn't outplay him, and I was higher on Shedeur as a draft pick, but it's just the situation. Like Dillon didn't play bad enough to lose his spot.
Ranked above Cam Ward as the best quarterback in the draft. He fell to 5th because the league wanted to punish him and his father because they don't act the right way for this league. That's not how you do things at this level in this league. My point is, it's the biggest steal of the century for Cleveland to have him.
I'm going to check that out later.
Gabriel, because I'm an Oklahoma fan, because I grew up there. We're brothers from Oklahoma City, obviously Gerald and I. But the point is, because I'm a Sooner fan, I watched Dillon Gabriel every snap for 2 years. Shedeur is better than Dillon Gabriel. Shedeur would electrify the locker room and the city in ways Joe Flacco would never this year, will never the rest of this year. So he's born to play quarterback in this league. Because
we know what Flacco is there for, though. Flacco is there to be a bridge quarterback. He's not there to be the franchise.
Klubnik last week, who are supposed to be first overall picks. And in the end, this, you could say, don't throw this that I did not see from Arch, will never the rest of this year. So he's born to play quarterback in this league because he is deadly accurate. He's got poise and command that I did not see from Arch Manning or Cade Klubnik last week, who are supposed to be first overall picks. And in the end, this, you could say, don't throw this kid into this dumpster fire that's the Cleveland Browns, but listen, he's made for this. It wouldn't bother him. You saw what happened when he accidentally had to start the first preseason game because everybody else was hurt. He got to play with a few ones and a bunch of twos, and he lit it up because that's what he does. And then he got thrown into the 3rd preseason game, the last one in the 3rd quarter, and it was with nobody who was even going to make the team, and he didn't look very good. I thought he got sabotaged by Kevin Stefanski because I don't think Stefanski wants him on the team because Stefanski didn't want to draft him in the first place, and they loved Dillon Gabriel. I would love to see him start because he would make Cleveland a factor, and I think he would survive the psychological beating and the physical beating because I have never seen a tougher physical college quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. He took beatings for 2 years and jumped right up and kept firing. So I would start him, and he deserves to start.
Here's why I wouldn't start him. So Joe Flacco is named the starter. Joe Flacco got off his couch and won Comeback Player of the Year in 2023 for the same coach. He knows what Joe Flacco can do. Joe Flacco has been doing this a long time. You can argue his run to a Super Bowl is the greatest run we've seen by a quarterback because of who he had to go through.
I don't know about that.
The preseason, no, I'm saying you can argue it. The preseason, Keeb can attest to this. We've been in training camp killing our bodies. You get in a preseason game, even though you want to play, you're not turning it all the way on. Not when you like really. So when you go into a regular season, the speed completely changes. The mindset
Definitely.
changes. Everything changes. Now, preseason games, for the fans who don't know, preseason games, we kind of game plan. And this is back when me and Key played. They had 4 preseason games. The third game was the dress rehearsal. So we would go through like game planning and getting ready for a game plan. But it wasn't a game plan.
Right.
When he's going into the regular season, they're going to be game planning for him.
Right.
The speed changes, the mindset changes, everything changes. If you believe, Skip, that Shedeur is built for this, why rush him? We live in a microwave society where we want to be satisfied so quick. A person had one good year and it's
I agree with that. There's no rush, especially with the situation. You know what I mean? Ain't no point in rushing it. If it's meant to be, it's going to play out that way for sure. Flacco's a bridge quarterback. If Dylan Gabriel plays good, he's their quarterback. If he plays bad, he's not their quarterback. And if he plays good, they're just going to trade Shedeur. That's exactly what's going to happen. Shedeur's getting traded. It's going to be the same thing that happened with Drake May and Joe Milton. If he plays good, you're going to trade the other guy.
It's like, oh, let's rank him top 10. What happened to the times of development? Shedeur, a big issue with him is holding the ball. You know why he's holding the ball? Because he's not diagnosing the defense fast enough. Right. There's a lot of times in that third preseason game, he had guys wide open. Get the ball out your hand. But what he's doing is I'm looking downfield. I'm trying to make a play instead of making the play. Making a play and making the play is completely different. If Shedeur is
They wouldn't trade him this season. They would trade him.
Why rush it? You got Joe Flacco. If you're
Actually, realistically, let's say Flacco is trash week 1. Let's say Dylan Gabriel checks in. Dylan Gabriel is good consistently. Let's say he does not have a bad game. At worst, he just plays mid. He plays like a rookie, but he plays good. Shedeur's getting traded by the trade deadline. If the trade deadline comes and Dylan Gabriel, this is a hypothetical situation, and Dylan Gabriel plays, because it's the controversy of wanting to see Shedeur play. They're gonna send him somewhere else, but that's if it plays out like that. Now, let's say this happens. Let's say Flacco goes up and down, and by the trade deadline, they have a decision to make. They're gonna keep him. They're gonna keep Shedeur. But if Dylan starts off hot early because of Joe Flacco getting benched, then they're going to move it on. Because there's no point. It's no point in keeping all of that when you already know who your quarterback is. Because you drafted 2 to figure out which one I'm gonna start. If you don't need to.
Our team,
But
like
you
you
see-
said, is a dumpster fire. Then let the 40-year-old man take the fire. Let Shedeur sit back and learn. Okay,
you think
if
he's
he's
May
as
was a
smart
top
as
5
you-
pick. No, facts. May was a top 5 pick, but they knew that was their guy. So once they figure out who their guy is, the other guy's getting traded. Let's say Shedeur becomes the guy. Dylan Gabriel is getting traded because you already know like the vibe and how it's gonna be. You don't need 2 quarterbacks that came from the same draft class on your roster. However it's gonna play out, somebody gonna get moved.
Do you like him QB3?
I'm fine with him being QB3 because if he's as smart as you say, what he's going to do is I can call home. He's trained by Brady. He's watching Joe Flacco. So when certain situations are happening, Joe Flacco did this. Heck no, not doing that. Got it. Now he doesn't have to go through a practice week and prepare to play a game. I can see what preparation is like. I wouldn't do it like Joe Flacco. I would do it like this. Cool. Now I can take notes on that. I'm studying defense. Now I can do this. Now I can do this. Now he can learn how to play at the NFL level. Let Joe Flacco deal with this. Let him deal with this. And if he's built for it, when it's time, now I've learned and I've developed as a quarterback. A big issue is a lot of teams, and Tom Brady said this, a lot of teams are looking at physical attributes. He can run, he got a big arm, make this and this and this. Why is Zach Wilson the 2nd overall pick? Because he can throw the ball. He can't think. So if you can't think, it does not matter in the league. Tom Brady wasn't a gifted athlete. His superpower, he said, was his mind. He's not snapping the ball or moving anything unless I know what I'm doing. A lot of these kids are just, all right, snapping it. Here's my read. What happens when they roll the safeties, or when he's smart enough to know, okay, I'm going to cheat in a little bit because when I cheat in, this is what it looks like we in. But I'm fast enough as an athlete, smart enough to get back here. Now you got a young quarterback. He's seeing this. All right, there's my read. Then you snap it, and Keeb is like, you're like, oh, shoot. Take time to learn that. Let Joe Flacco deal with the nonsense. He probably on his way out anyway. So why rush Shedeur? If he's everything, Skip, that you believe, or what a lot of people are saying he can be, let him develop.
Yeah.
Give him time. Let him learn. Let him sit back and learn the NFL game. Like, learn how to be a pro. When you're drafted, you're a professional. You have to work to be a pro. He's a professional right now. He don't know how to be a pro yet. Let him learn how to be a pro in the NFL, and then let him go out there.
See, yeah, football is different than basketball. It's the Browns, right?
Yes.
Hey, I kind of feel like I know where Gil going with this. McCoy got a solid take though.
What?
When have they been good? When was the last time they were relevant or good?
Baker Mayfield took him to the
2023
playoffs.
shit, Flacco took him to the playoffs. Hey, if you win the tournament, I feel like you.
Oh, Flacco took him to the playoffs too? Okay, well, there we go.
Hell yeah.
I think he will be.
So you're gonna that's your future.
It's not the future.
Okay, so if that's not the future, why the fuck do I give a fuck if he's starting or not? He's not part of what I'm trying to build, so why am I gonna even waste the time putting him out there?
Because if you put a young guy out there, you can break who he is mentally. If you put
Then
him
he's
out,
not ready then.
that's why you don't start him.
What I'm saying is if he's mentally not ready, then he's mentally not ready. It's no different.
I think you hit it.
I gotta throw you in the ocean. Are you gonna swim or not?
Yeah, see,
you sitting there just watching
like
and
you
watching
said.
and
That's such an iffy argument, and both of them are right. Neither one of them are wrong. It is good for a quarterback to sit, and it is good for a quarterback to just get thrown out there. But the organization has to be all in on whatever they choose on doing. They got to be all in on it. Because Josh Allen, if he would have been in a situation where he sat, we would have seen a polished Josh Allen later down the road. Just like Jordan Love, we seen when Jordan Love finally started, he looked pretty polished. But the thing is, with the Bills, they were all in on letting him just go out there and play and make mistakes. Lamar Jackson sat. Pat Mahomes sat. He didn't sit for super long, but he sat. So whatever the decision is to be made, they got to go out there and give him that confidence and be like, it's okay. You gonna make the mistakes, and that's how you build. That's how you build the rookie's confidence. His confidence is gonna get broken if you bash him. Just how the Colts are doing AR. You bash him for making mistakes when he's a project player. But if you praise him and you keep him upright and you tell him, nah, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. You're going to make the mistakes. But the Colts they got a pretty solid roster. So they weren't trying to do all that right now. They weren't trying to wait. Understandably, though. But whatever decision that they make, they got to be all in on.
watching doesn't build character.
See,
you getting hit and you failing and recovering, that's what it is. Like with him, starting or not, this year, him getting picked in the 5th round, you saying he should start, it's built for him to fail. Because if he ends up winning the starting position, it tells you that their 3rd round quarterback pick was a stupid pick, which no one should be surprised because all their quarterback picks for the last fucking 40 years has been stupid, right? So, but it makes them.
Baker was good. They did Baker wrong.
Feel like they got the wrong guy because then you're questioning, why didn't you pick him earlier? So they do not want him to start. They hoping he fails.
Yep.
So the process in order. He's 5th. If he does perform well at some point in time, we can put him in. But they do not want him to be in front of Dylan because then that means they were wrong here. This is the business of the ego at the point.
But let's say it is ego. Let's talk facts. Did Dylan Gabriel play good enough to be the number 2 quarterback? Did he play better than Shedeur?
I mean, he did.
Both games.
The game he got to play with the tools, shit, he played solid.
Yeah.
But
They both played solid with the tools.
He didn't play bad enough to lose his spot.
But this is
Both
what I'm
played
saying. This is what I'm saying. Dylan Gabriel, if you watch what he did in the first
No,
game,
Hurts.
he completed.
Hurts sat. Who's another quarterback that sat? It's somebody else that I can't think of that's coming to mind. Like I just had it and then it left. There's another QB right now that's good that sat.
He was 5 of 5 on third down.
Mm-hmm.
That's big time.
Hell yeah.
Then you come into the second game and you play again. You take the team down and y'all score a touchdown. Okay, what happened before that? Joe Flacco 7 of 9, 67 yards, touchdown. Dylan Gabriel come in, same thing. Shedeur gets in.
But
he
Shedeur
starts
got in with the
pressing.
threes. Everybody he was in with got cut.
You can't control who you get in with.
But
he
you
gets
can.
in-
Yeah, you can.
He can.
Shit.
You can.
No, you can't.
Stefanski can.
What? You said
Stefanski can. If you flip them, you put Shedeur in when he came in, Shedeur would have won the
no.
score.
Shedeur can't control who he gets in with.
Okay.
So
No,
he can't. He can't control who he gets in with. But once he gets in, go watch the tape. He did not have to hold the ball as much as he did. He took 5 sacks. Yes, when you get in as a quarterback and you know your O-line is not very good, I don't care if you're a starter in the regular season, you're not going to hold this ball because you're going to get hit. He's still holding, looking. Get the ball out your hand.
Yeah,
And
he got his flaws.
But that's
You
what I'm
cannot-
Shedeur got his flaws. Dylan Gabriel got his
They
flaws.
both got flaws. That's what I'm
So,
saying.
As far as them two, I think Dylan Gabriel is a hell of a quarterback too. Shedeur is a hell of a quarterback. They gonna battle it out and see who's
That's
gonna be
what
the
I'm
future,
saying.
right?
So
They gonna battle it. They gonna battle it out and see who the future gonna be.
Okay.
But
But if you go
I've
ask
been in that-
Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, shit, probably Jerry Jeudy right now. Day one, who we want starting? They probably gonna say, man, let's just start off with Flacco.
Yeah,
And let's
course,
get
of
this
course.
thing
Yes,
rolling.
of course.
Because it's just a different ball game, bro, for a rookie to hop in. Shit, I ain't start as a rookie. I came in playing nickel. Was I talented enough to start? Yeah, but did I know how to prepare? Did I know how to fucking watch film and shit? I didn't. I had to learn that shit. You know what I'm saying? So as a rookie, you gotta come in and learn how to be a pro. Like Gerald said, you gotta come learn. This shit ain't basketball. This football, this shit is a different ball game.
Go ahead.
Did Jaden Daniels start his first game as a pro?
He did.
Yeah. He's the second overall pick.
He did.
Wait a second.
I'm glad you said that.
Did-
Keep going.
We can keep on naming
Did
them.
CJ down in Houston start
He
his
did.
first game?
The second pick.
Yep.
Okay. Did Caleb start his first
The first
game?
pick.
But,
Yeah.
but those. But okay.
But let's keep on
listen,
going.
but
Does he have?
That is reasonable. They are top picks.
Did-
But
did-
listen to what I'm saying.
But does he
Listen-
have-
Josh-
But again, at the end of the day, whatever situation that the organization makes, they have to be all in on it. You can't backpedal on it. You gotta be cool with being trash for a year, 2 years, whatever it is. But realistically, the NFL is just not in that spot. Josh Allen is really the last quarterback that we saw come in and a team be patient for. I can't think of another quarterback. Oh, Michael Penix. He sat. Obviously, he ain't last a full season, but he sat. But Josh Allen was the last quarterback that came in that I could think of off the top of the head that they got thrown out there and they let him make his mistakes and the team got better. I can't really think. I think Bryce Young will fit into that category, but Bryce I think Bryce was a much bigger prospect than Josh because the Panthers aren't really great. But I feel like they're being and the thing is though, actually no, I'm not gonna put them in the same boat because Bryce got benched, so they backpedaled a little bit. I think Josh Allen was the last one. They're doing it with T-Law. That's factual. I think T-Law is another. I think he a little different in the sense that he wasn't drafted like with. Oh, we expect T-Law to be a project. That wasn't the expectation. The expectation was for T-Law to come out and be Timothy day one. But as an organization, they've been so bad that it's just it's kind of looking like that right now. Phoenix. That's what I said.
Freeman start his, yeah, it fucked him
Hey,
up mentally. He
but
trash.
listen, Skip,
My mic will cut out at the end sometimes, so it may sound like something it wasn't.
Name a whole
I'm
bunch of
glad
people
you
who
said
started off.
that. Let me tell you something. Keith, you can attest to this. We're talking about Shedeur. What's the last name? Sanders. If his name is Shedeur Johnson, do we care if he's the 5th round pick that's starting?
No.
No. This is an issue because of his last name.
Yeah.
Take his last name out of it.
Is it good?
5th round picks, though. I've heard you talk over and over about 2nd round picks in the NBA and why Bronny shouldn't be judged because he was drafted here. And usually this is what, so let's give him that same grace. In the NFL, if you're drafted in the 5th round, You take the reps we give you. So people say, oh, well, they said.
Nah, Kirk Cousins' RG3 situation was different because Kirk wasn't expected to start or play. I think Kirk was just like a not emergency option, like a safety blanket. I don't know how I would explain that. Let me turn these lights off. Hold on. Switch the camera. She need to go to sleep. All right. Uh-oh. Bear with me. Okay, camera is... No.
Him up. No, he's a 5th round pick. I don't care if your last name is Sanders. You take the reps we give you. You get in the game when you get in the game.
Well, you can't say that we don't care about your last name because
Nah, this shit different.
we cared about it when we didn't want to draft you in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd round.
Right.
Who cared about it?
They did.
32 owners cared
32
about it.
owners.
It was a story in the meet. Like, listen. Okay, we have to stop doing
Was
this.
he good enough?
Nah.
Was he good?
Let me talk about
Okay.
me. I never thought he was a 1st round quarterback.
Okay.
But that's not your job to
But what I'm saying is, Key, when you see these players, sometimes you are a 1st rounder in the draft. Sometimes you are a 1st rounder, 2nd rounder because of the time you're getting drafted. That's what
true.
makes you where you're at. But not everybody. Some people can get drafted in any draft and still be a 1st rounder. I would like to believe I was like that because the year before I came out, I was still ranked as the top defensive tackle coming out. The next year, Ndamukong Suh went crazy in college. He passed.
Hey, I'm not gonna cap. I think that's where he going with it, but if Shedeur would have came out a year earlier, he wasn't gonna be a 1st round pick. That quarterback class, too tough. Well, I'm not gonna say he wasn't gonna be a 1st round pick. Excuse me. Let me backpedal on that. He very likely could have been a 1st round pick, but he wouldn't have been the 1st or 2nd quarterback taken. He very much could have been a 1st round pick. But last year's quarterback class was pretty nice.
But I was still right here. The next year, Marcel Darius was the top D tackle. I still would like to believe I would have been a top 10 pick. That's when you know you're that. Some people come
No, it's okay. I got to edit.
And they're ranked where they're at because of their draft they're in. Shedeur Sanders, you said before the season you thought he was going to be the 1st overall pick.
Absolutely.
But the year prior, why didn't he come out? Because he knew in that draft, But this next year, I got a chance to be.
No, but he had to go back and win for his dad.
Hell
His
yeah,
dad needed him.
it's
Go back and win
circumstance.
for his dad.
Nah, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. If Shedeur would have been like #1 Heisman player, he would have came out last year. But he knew. I think they knew. It's business. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make smart decisions. They knew how stacked that QB class was.
What? He had to go. He wasn't ready to come out. Shit, the job wasn't done.
Shedeur played good. He for sure played good, but I don't think that he would have been like him going back was to ensure him being QB1 or QB2. Majority QB1, which he did. I think he was QB1, but yeah, I think I would hope a Heisman was a 1st round pick. No. They're saying that he stayed because of his dad, but he stayed because of, I think it's partially because of his dad, but I think it's also the competition of quarterbacks that were coming out. But again, let's say he was 1 or 2 in Heisman voting in that last quarterback class. I think he would have for sure came out. I think he would have left. I forgot the other point I was making.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He ain't feel like I ain't
Yeah, I'll
set
make sure he
myself up to
stayed.
be the #1 pick.
Yeah, but
After his last
He
year,
wouldn't have made
set
him stay
himself up to be
if he
they won one.
that's what it was. If he knew that Shedeur would have been the #1 pick in the draft, if they would have felt confident about that, he wouldn't have made him stay. There's no conversation about that. He would have went out, go to the NFL, get that NFL money, do your thing. But it makes sense to stay because you're not going to be the #1 pick. We all it was consensus that Shedeur was arguably the best quarterback in his class. It was not consensus last year. The previous season. You know what I mean? So, well, yeah, last year. It's not consensus. So
One game versus ranked opponents. One. All these ranked opponents they played in college, they won one game.
He
versus
led
ranked
the nation
opponents.
in passing.
He was good.
Percentage and
He threw
completion
40
But it's
dubs
just-
in
it
6
was a lot of good guys.
From Colorado.
Come on, bro. This Colorado we
This
talking
is
about.
Colorado.
This Colorado we talking about.
Hey, guess what? Graham Harrell led the league in passing too. You know what that is?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Hey.
Exact. Every quarterback not named Patrick Mahomes from Texas Tech at one point was leading everybody in passing.
Okay, so you're saying he's not special. Is that your
That's
bottom
exactly
line?
what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm saying he is
He's
special.
not.
special.
No, Shedeur is not special. Can he be a starter in this league? Yes.
Well, if you could be a
Special
starter
is
in the
different.
league, you damn special.
Yeah.
There's only 32 of them in the world.
You're
Like, you
good.
know what I'm saying? You fucking
Is
special.
different. Special is different. Like special is like Patrick Mahomes is special. Lamar Jackson is special.
CJ
Okay,
Stroud
yeah.
special.
Not yet.
Is Dylan
CJ
Gabriel
Stroud
special?
ain't special.
He
The
not
motherfucker
special.
won the state championship in Houston, went to O State. Did he win the chip?
Who?
CJ Stroud.
No.
Lost in the
Okay,
chip.
but listen.
First round pick,
So-
he started for you. That nigga is special. What you mean?
let me preface by saying this. I don't just throw terms out that most people throw out, like special or goated or things like this. I put like the term elite. We put elite on really good quarterbacks. Elite is in a realm of your own. The elites of the NFL right now are the big four. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and who did I miss? Lamar Jackson. You can throw in Matthew Stafford if you want, but let's say you don't throw Matthew Stafford in there. Those are the elites. But they'll take another quarterback and put him in the elite category because he's really good. When I say special, I'm talking about like put him anywhere, any year, and he can be whatever he is. That's not Shedeur.
But Shedeur ain't
not
did
special.
shit but win since he was in Dallas at Truth at 8U football. Chip,
did.
9U, chip.
I ain't gonna lie. Whatever you did, middle school, high school, barely college matter. College matters, but it's barely once you get to the league because, you know, it's a new slate for everybody, but all the other stuff really don't matter. But Shedeur was good. He was good the year Mike, Caleb, Jaden came out. He had a good year statistically. The O-line was bad, but he had a good year. But he wasn't solidified number one pick. He could have went first round, but he wasn't solidified number one. It wasn't I think it was more iffy about him going first round. He maybe somewhere first or third. But this year, I think that was the purpose of staying back.
Then you chip. Fucking go to
Some people
Jackson
think
State, chip. He go to Colorado, take them to 10 wins, competing for a Big 12 chip. Like, bro, if you do that, you're special.
He didn't finish
If
top
everybody-
10 in
the
a
people
Heisman
whose
the year
job it
before.
is to rank quarterbacks. Mel Kiper. Who else? What's the other guy name? Whoever he is.
Todd McShay.
I don't know what the Heisman voting was that year.
To rank guys, every
Aside from Jaden winning it, Jaden was in there, Mike was in there, but Shedeur had a good season, you know. But again, I think like performance wise, I mean we've seen guys who weren't in the Heisman voting, were and not even in a Heisman conversation, and you know go first round, you know.
everybody got him as 1 or 2 or 3.
They did.
And he go 5th round.
Marvin
Something
Botu.
fucking going on, bro.
Wrong.
Something is seriously going on.
He was good that year. I remember.
Or they noticed, okay, he did a lot at Jackson State. Right? Jackson State. No knock on Jackson State. Don't smile. No knock on Jackson State. All right?
I mean,
Keith, you no. Keith, you played in the league.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Y'all played in the Orange Bowl.
Right.
Versus Virginia Tech. You know that game was probably a preseason game in the NFL. You
Yeah.
know why? Because 1% of all college teams go to the NFL. So when we're drafting guys, we're also looking at who are they playing against? Who are they playing against?
There
He
we
had
go.
those years at Jackson State. He played at Colorado. The reason I'm bringing up the ranked opponents because they're saying, yes, you did really good at Colorado, but what did you do when you went against the Oregons? When you went against these teams? Then he got against
That's like
BYU.
Taylor Smith, bro. Taylor Smith did the same shit. Was trash against every fucking body.
Who?
He lost 4 or 5 games a year. He was the #1 pick. Like, come on,
Who
bro.
won the Heisman?
We moving the goalposts.
We talking about
for
Caleb Williams?
We moving the goalposts for
How?
people now. Because Caleb Williams lost 4 games. Losing 4 games in college is like being fucking 9 and 8 in the league.
How are you playing? Okay, but it's more to
He
it.
is.
Yeah, but it's more to
But
it.
he was the #1 pick.
Was it Shedeur?
He was trash.
When you're talking about teams, you're talking about these ranked teams versus him and Travis. Of course, they're about to wipe the shit out of them.
Okay, but was Johnny?
Hey, that was a bad take. The Caleb take was bad, but there's a point in that. You can say Caleb lost 4 games, but the eye test is it tells you Caleb won a Heisman, but the eye test even the year Jaden Daniels won a Heisman, the eye test tell you Caleb was nice. Also, the eye test tells you that Shedeur was nice. The only flaw, in my opinion, for Shedeur is him holding the ball too long. Everything else, though, that's a clean quarterback.
Manziel really good. Johnny Manziel
In
really
college,
good.
he was
Yeah,
great.
Hell yeah.
He's great.
As Snippet
Okay,
and Coke.
okay, and we found out that a lot of his greatness was Mike Evans.
No, a lot of his greatness.
Mike Evans?
No.
He could have been great in the league too, but shit,
He went to the Browns.
Hey, bro.
My God,
he went to
damn,
the Browns.
Browns is Jackson State.
Okay,
bad
so
habits.
Jesus
so
Christ,
what was
it's the
this?
same
Okay,
shit.
so what
That
was
motherfucker was going to
Shedeur's?
Vegas on Wednesday, coming back
Okay,
from
but
practice.
listen, when Shedeur's
Like, that
running
motherfucker had
around,
bad habits, bro.
when Shedeur's running around trying to figure something out, who was his scapegoat? The Heisman Trophy winner. You can't do that in the league.
Yeah.
You have to play with who's out there. I got to know you can diagnose. There is something called a draft process, right? They have to meet
I'm gonna
with
keep
you.
it a bean,
You-
bro. I hear that the whole Travis Hunter thing he had. Travis was cool. If Travis wasn't there, Shedeur still would have did not. I wonder if can we. Let me see. They're acting like Western Horn wasn't a factor, bro. I hear that take so much. Let me see. We're gonna check out Travis Hunter's stats. Listen, I want to see if he played in every game. 2024. How many games did he play in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, he played in every game last year. Sheesh. I wanted to go back and check Shedeur's stats from when he didn't play. I know he didn't play in 2023. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he played in every game up to 9. So if we check Shedeur stats after week 9, he played in every game that year. I could have sworn it, bro, had like broken ribs or something. He had 3 catches for 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I'm just curious. He played through it. Oh snap! So did they play more than 9 games that year? They played a lot. 10, 11. So in this game, he threw for 262 versus Washington State. Did he get injured this game? What the heck? He only threw 10 passes. 262, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and had a rushing touchdown. Oh well. Ain't enough evidence.
These meetings, we don't know what was being said in these meetings.
I do.
So they're
I
sitting
do.
here.
Skip, no.
They're sitting here.
You think
they're-
Skip
Tebow won the Heisman. Florida went 9 and 4.
They're diagnosing. Okay, let's sit him down. Let's put him through this. Let's put him through that. I don't know why he fell all the way to the 5th, but I do know why he wasn't drafted as high as everybody thought.
See,
He
in that
wasn't
draft
as
process-
good.
Let's
He
talk
wasn't
about it.
as
Let's
good
talk
as
about
the rankings had him.
Right. So look,
Yeah.
Bro.
in that draft process,
What was being said in these meetings?
I do.
You're in the league. You have to play with who's out there. I got to know you can diagnose. There is something called a draft process, right? They have to meet with you. You
Right.
go to these meetings. We don't know what was being said in these meetings.
I do.
So they're
I
sitting
do.
here.
Skip, no.
They're sitting here.
You think Skip don't know that
they're
shit? Skip, no.
They're diagnosing. Okay, let's sit him down. Let's put him through this. Let's put him through that. I don't know why he fell all the way to the 5th, but I do know why he wasn't drafted as high as everybody thought.
See,
He
in that
wasn't
draft
as
process-
good.
Let's
He
talk
wasn't
about it.
as
Let's
good
talk
as
about
the rankings had him.
Right, so look,
Browns,
in that draft process,
Browns.
he went
Why
into
are we
those
paying attention
meetings.
to the Browns?
Look,
Yeah.
he went into those
Because
meetings
his
with a
last name is
DB.
Sanders. That's what I'm saying.
Look, he went into those meetings with a DB wide receiver swag in that draft process.
did.
And them owners like, bro, if we let a fucking rapper come out and be the #1 pick, we fucking opening the floodgates for some bullshit.
So you think
we
that's
gotta
the
put our
reason-
foot down and let you know if you're a quarterback and you're gonna play
That's
in the league,
funny.
you're not gonna act like this. You is not gonna act like this, or this was gonna happen to you.
Confidence and swag?
So
Like
it's a difference between confidence and swag. Fucking Mahomes got confidence and swag. Cam Ward got confidence and swag. But when it was time to meet, Cam Ward pulled them fucking pants up, took them headphones off, buttoned up that polo, and went in and interviewed. Like Shedeur went in like, nigga, I've been doing this shit. Headphones on. Hey, what's up, baby? Hey, he had a DB receiver swag. It's different, bro.
You
It's
think
just
that's
different.
the only reason he fell 5th round of the draft?
Yes.
It's the only
So if you
reason.
don't want to bring him in for whatever reasons, that's cool, whatever. The NFL is a game played
That's crazy.
within a business. Who's the highest selling jersey in the NFL? Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
So you think all of these billionaire owners are saying, shoot, we care so much about his swag and all this that we don't want to bring. Man,
Yes.
these people in
Hell
Cleveland,
yeah.
no, they not,
Did
bro.
you watch the doc? Did you
They're
watch? Did you
selling
not watch?
tickets.
Did you not watch the doc?
You already said they
It was-
billionaires shit. They already fucking rich.
They want to, but
They not gonna
it's
let-
a business.
they not gonna let
want to
hip-hop
sell tickets.
like shit take over their league,
So
bro.
if Joe Flacco's a starter, right?
Uh-huh.
We still the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
But if Shedeur Sanders is a starter, we selling this whole out.
Now, when I'm saying, did you watch the doc? It was Jerry, the businessman, versus the dummies.
Yep.
It was someone who had vision
Right.
on making money, understanding swag, and how to capitalize on it. The other ones didn't like it because they were stuck in their ways. Browns is the Browns. This is the most hype they've ever had. Like, it's the Browns.
Exactly.
So he got drafted to the wrong team. That's Sanders' name. I'm telling you right now, there's only
That's what kind of makes it wild to me that the owner came out and like said openly, I didn't want to draft him, right? He wasn't my draft pick, you know. Now, the way it sounded, from what I recall, was he's like, again, that's not my draft pick. You can say it and phrase it in a way and like be giving credit to the GM. Like we got a smart GM. But anyways, though, if it wasn't that, it would be weird to me for him to come out and say that, because low key, on a business aspect, you want Shedeur to win the job because he's going to make you so much money. You want him to be good because, again, he already done made you money before preseason even started, before training camp even started. So, I mean, you kind of want to just like, you don't have to have a bias. You just want to like just let it play out, you know. And if it does play out with him starting, it's better for business. If it don't, at least you figured out you got a good quarterback. You know what I mean? However which way it go.
one person that
The Browns, they
understands
use
business,
Sanders for views.
and he will trade his quarterback for Sanders. Dallas is where Sanders is going to be.
Wow.
Because that name on the back of that jersey is legacy, and he's going to want that
Gil's reaching. He's reaching right there.
to ring bells around
Why
the
Jerry-
globe.
why
Jerry is going to have him.
You just proved my point. You said this is Cleveland.
Yeah.
That's Cleveland.
That's one of 32. So all 32 was like, man, forget all that. We just ain't gonna. So you mean to tell me out of 32 owners, nobody said,
All right.
man, that dude can make us some money. Let's just get
Go
him.
ahead,
this.
Skip.
Man, but you
Because
don't know.
even-
Sometimes you don't know.
At the end of the day, I keep Jerry Jones passed on him too. So
No.
He did.
Yeah, then, but
Yeah.
it's going
So
to
is he-
watch. It's going.
Go ahead.
He did because he had Joe
on
Milton.
Arch and he finding out that
I ain't gonna lie, that's fair. If they didn't pick up Joe Milton, I mean, realistic, we could potentially see them picking up Shedeur in a 5th round. Why not?
anyway.
I know Dion very well. His son is a chip off Primetime's block. That he came into those sessions with those teams at the combine with brazen arrogance they had never seen from a college kid. He drove 3 exotic cars in Boulder, Colorado, because he was making $3 million a year
Exactly.
because they were selling it out. That they jammed it. They were the hottest show in America.
Yeah.
That they rated like crazy.
Yep.
And again, you have to look past it because he's got clutch toughness.
Hell yeah.
They didn't protect him for 2 years there. He took an unholy beating at Colorado, and he jumped up because he ain't some spoiled, rotten, rich kid.
Right.
He grew up with money, but he's not that because his father's a tough guy.
Right.
His father taught him to fight back and to do it when it matters the most. And I get you, when they ran up against the big good teams, they weren't deep enough to compete with them.
Right.
But Shedeur competed, and by the way, we saw TCU last night obliterate Belichick. We're about to get to that topic. And look what he did against TCU. Shedeur went to TCU in his
That was
first
not the
game
same TCU.
at Colorado and threw a party in Fort Worth. And then he threw a party on them last year in Boulder. And look what he did against Baylor. He was so clutch tough, he threw 2 late touchdown passes to pull that game out. I'm telling you, he is special, and I'm on record with it, and you're on record that he's just pretty good, right?
Yeah, he's solid.
And yet I hear he's solid. Okay, well that's like a backdoor compliment.
Yeah.
Just saying, bro.
But look-
He can be a starter in the NFL. He showed that he can do that.
Okay, but that's
It
just
ain't there
damning
yet.
him with faint praise,
It ain't-
right?
But that's what I'm saying. It's not there yet, but you don't think. I guess it's the strength. I mean, when I first got drafted, I got drafted in the second round. Them first couple games, I was like, yeah, this ain't this ain't the league I'm ready for. And to be honest, me watching and realizing. It's
I'm
not as
for
scary as I
Shedeur, but
thought,
that
right?
take was
I just need to
kind of a
understand what I
reach
do
comparing.
past.
He was comparing
It
TCU
slows down,
yesterday
so I understand
to
that
TCU.
He's going to need to look
When Shedeur
at
played
it
them, it's just not. It's not a good comparison.
to understand where his greatness
gonna get better.
lies in that. But I remember getting that phone call in the summer because I'm training and I'm like, yo, I can't wait to start next year. And it was like, what do you mean? If we get the number 2 pick, you're not starting. Because there's going to be Jason Williams from Duke.
Right.
And I'm like, what if I beat him out? Like, they would said, I don't care what you do in training camp. He's the number 2 pick, right? He's starting. You're a second round pick. That was the same situation here. Shedeur, those 2 games, he could have played like he played against TCU.
Yep.
He could have had the perfect game. They were still going to put Dylan in front of him. That's just the way it is. I'm not gonna make myself look stupid. They're not gonna play Shedeur. These guys got to get hurt. Dylan is their quarterback. That's why he went. Shedeur is gone. He's gone. It's gonna be a trade for him. He's not gonna be a Brown.
I agree with that. I agreed it was going to be that way regardless. All I'm saying is that's okay because, like Keith said, at some point they gonna compete again.
Yeah, they gonna have
So
to compete.
if we're saying
Dylan and Shedeur.
if we're saying
Dylan gonna be in there.
no, I'm saying
he ain't doing
if
good,
Joe
Shedeur
Flacco
gonna
went
get in
down
there.
right now, Dylan Gabriel's the quarterback.
Hell
But what
yeah.
we're saying is he's the quarterback for right now. Let the season go. Next year there will be a competition. There will be a
but
competition.
trust me
And
on
why
that.
he is the quarterback?
It's not going to be next year. They're going to figure that battle out this year, by trade deadline, or by end of season at the latest. They're going to have that figured out. One of them quarterbacks will not be on that team next year.
And if you believe Shedeur is who he said he is,
Cowboy next year.
he'll wipe him.
Not
He'll
next
wipe
year.
him out the floor next
Here's
year.
Dylan
Maybe in the
Gabriel's
future, though.
ceiling. It's right here.
Right.
Here's Shedur's ceiling.
I believe
That's
that.
the God's truth.
I
That's
believe
what
that.
will happen.
Listen, now
Book it.
that I will agree
Fort
with.
Worth.
That I'll agree with. Yeah, but
I believe that.
So I asked him, I said, TCU is where?
Fort Worth?
And who had a party in TCU?
Nah, for real.
So surprisingly,
By the way, who was the second overall pick that year? Because it wasn't Jason Williams. To you guys, right?
Yeah, we got Dunleavy.
That's right.
Yep.
Well, that was a bad idea.
Then we got Dunleavy.
That was dumb.
That was
we
dumb.
got-
Smart or dumb? That was dumb.
Yeah, we got Dunleavy.
Okay.
But yeah, that was.
Because Jason.
No.
Did he play though? Like
No,
they
we
said?
didn't get the second pick. Jason Williams was the second pick.
Oh, but he
we
went
ended
to
up getting
Chicago.
we ended up getting the third pick.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Gabe Davis
So,
to
yeah,
the
we ended
Bills.
up getting the third
That's
pick,
safe.
And it was
That's a
done
safe
with-
spot for Gabe, safe spot for the Bills.
Well,
Too bad.
Bring in a receiver that Josh already got chemistry
Yeah,
with.
YouTube right now polled completely.
And I think he's still
divided
under 30,
50-50
so
that
it's
they
pretty
think
good.
that Shedeur should start in week 1.
Really?
Pretty
I
surprising.
Let
Pretty
Flacco
impressive.
Pretty
spin.
surprising.
Let Flacco,
Let Flacco spin, man. The
Let it go,
vet-
let it go, that
Yeah,
spin,
don't need-
man.
yeah. Flacco, look, how long he gonna be in it? They got a mediocre O-line. He a damn statue.
That's
He
what I'm
can't
saying.
move. So you just
Let him take that heat. That's what I'm saying. Like even the Giants right now.
Yeah, let him
Jackson
take
Dart.
that.
Yeah, just let it play out. Let it play out. But I'm feeling this show, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling the show. Hopefully they continue not to copyright. I did copyright check the other day. They did not copyright, so hopefully they continue not to. I want to react to some more they clips. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, stay tuned, and stay blessed.